Suddenly everybody can hear.
Sure made him be quiet.
It did. I didn't even have to pick the gavel up for a change.
Jeremy even stopped talking.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Him and O'Brien, wow. Well, Brian's got his phone out. So.
I'm trying to get the agenda, so I'm trying to save paper here.
Here's one.
I have an extra copy here if you'd like one, Greg.
Right here.
It's like it's 11 o'clock. We'll call to order the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for Thursday, March the 13th. Welcome, everybody. Looks like we've got a fire in the neighborhood. We've got it covered today. So let's get going. Minutes of the previous meeting. If everybody's had a chance to review them, I'll take any motions related to.
I wasn't here, but I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the minutes as presented. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The public hearing, no old business, go straight into new business. First up, Farmers Market Lot, Junkyard Barbecue. Would like to be there on 3/28 from 11 to 7 and April the 3rd from 11 to 1. Looks like just their normal setups, no complaints that I'm aware of on Junkyard, and they are still current on their licenses. Any questions?
Everything okay, Jane? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll make a motion to allow Junkyard to barbecue to operate during those dates and times.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next up on the food truck trip, let's see, the Rolling Pig Pen, Miss Wanda Sims would like to operate Fridays, 3/7, 14, 21, 28th, and 4/4 from 11 to 8. Sorry, I'm trying to read her handwriting instead of the printed version. She'd also like to know that if the farmer's market would like to provide them the portalet combination so they can use the restroom. So we can have that conversation with the farmer's market, but it's not ours to give to her. So, but again, no complaints that I'm aware of on that one, Jane. So
I'd make a motion to approve that one as well.
second. Motion and a second to approve Rolling Pig Pen for those dates. All those in favor signify with aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. Next up, we got a special request from Junkyard Barbecue. They would like to set up at 209 East 2nd Street, which is CrossFit, from 4 to 8 on March the 14th. They will block 6 to 7 parking spaces in the process.
Actually, that's been edited.
Okay.
They're gonna park right in front of the big garage door, right there for CrossFit, so they shouldn't have to block any spots.
Okay. They will
I don't know
still.
if there's that many spots there.
Yeah, there's not. Across the street, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, they still will be operating on public streets, so they'll need our permission. Questions?
All their stuff's in order. We just approved it, so I'd make a motion we approve that location.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up, and I think Jane told me this is the last handicap renewal for residential parking spaces. Miss Rita Abbey. Let's see, Red Bird. Nope, 614 East 3rd Street. Would like to renew her space. She's got her signatures from the doctor. All the info is there.
It's a renewal.
This is a renewal, and we believe it's the last one for the year.
Seeing how everything's in place, I'll make a motion to accept the renewal for Rita Abbey.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify with aye.
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 Motion carries. Next up, we do have a food truck operator's license renewal. This is for Soddy Bobby Inc. They even provided a copy of the menu if anybody's interested. Insurance check.
Is that bribery? Is that considered bribery?
Food safe check. Pictures check. Driver's
of owner.
license of the owner, check. That's actually what I was headed towards, was trying to make sure that one was in there.
Make sure we watch that.
As well as driver's license of some of the employees, so. State certificates. And again, they did attach a menu, which was a first for me. So, any questions on Saudi Bobby Inc.'s renewal? Nope.
Make a motion to approve their renewal.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the renewal. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next up, Fire Chief Eric Roll, who's got a white shirt on.
So does Anthony, so I don't know how much money they're asking for.
First item on the agenda is, I'd like to announce that Adler Ramsey will be promoted from firefighter to shift inspector. The second paper that you all signed was the promotion Anthony did with Cheney Rowe from inspector to lieutenant. And the next paper the final paper that you signed is our newest firefighter, Matthew Russell, to be swearing in. And I also would like to announce that I did receive yesterday Carter Murphy's paperwork from medical place, and he passed, so I just sent that off to him first this morning, so hopefully he'll be the next one. Okay?
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
I'd make the motion that we approve the hiring of Matthew Russell.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the hiring and swearing in of Matthew Russell. All those in favor signify with aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Congratulations, Matthew. We'll do all that at the end, though. That way we don't have to delay for pictures. So,
Who's up next?
next up, Chief Greg O'Brien.
Hold on. Eric, you forgot this, but, good morning. Chief Greg O'Brien, Seymour Police Department. So the Seymour Community School Corporation has utilized, police officers since 1999 to be SROs. They've asked to go from 4 SROs to 5 for the 25-26 school season. And they pay 75% of the officer's salary. The council has budgeted a probationary line item for when somebody's retiring and they're on their retirement vacation. So I'm going to ask if you all will approve a probationary position to be used for the SRO position starting now, so we can get that person trained and be ready to go in August.
So will that permanently be a probationary person, or just
Well-
this time?
Just for the remainder of the year, so I don't have to go to council, then next year I'll ask for the 32nd patrol officer to be added to the budget.
That put one in almost every school then, doesn't
So
it?
it'll put one at the high school, middle school, intermediate school, and then we will have one SRO on the east side of the tracks for the elementary schools and one on the west side of the tracks for the elementary schools, so.
It's good.
Help me remember, is the probationary, didn't it only have 6 months worth of
It does.
salary in it?
But,
You won't actually hire him until July then?
so the probationary is 6 months. My plan is to hire probably next month. We're in the process
Okay.
now. So they would be hired next month, but because we've been short an officer or two throughout the beginning of the year, the money, I don't need any extra money.
Okay, that's what I was making
So-
sure, was that you.
Yeah.
Money's still in the 100s.
Yeah, it's still in the
Okay.
100, so we can,
Officers.
but then when we do the budget for the next salary ordinance, I will ask for that additional officer. That's what it'll be.
Okay, that's what I was making sure, was you had it covered through the end of the year, so.
And that guy will stay as a SRO, or
Yeah.
somebody will be.
Somebody, it'll probably be a more veteran officer, and
Right.
so we'll get somebody to the academy, and hopefully they're back by August, so probably September, but.
Makes sense.
Any other questions?
I'll make a motion to allow chief to proceed with his wants.
Second it.
Motion and second to, allow chief to use the probationary position. All those in favor signify with aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Congratulations, chiefs.
Hey Greg, would you get me the number so I can bill them for the spring semester school system? For the 4 officers?
Yeah, have we not done that yet?
Not spring yet.
Okay, I'll get it for you.
Thanks.
Bernie Hausberger. Bernie, you here?
I
think
haven't
he's
seen
here.
him.
I saw him this morning, first name, that's it.
Unbelievable, he's not here.
Chad Dixon, you wanna talk for Bernie?
Sure, can I?
Yeah.
Make it
I
quick.
thought we just.
DPW Director
Just
Chad
my-
Dixon.
This might take a minute. Chad Dixon, Public Works Director, ERC. I'm not sure about Bernie, but, I just wanna give you a quick update. Second Street, Midwestern Electric is in town. They're working at Second and Community, Second and Chestnut, Second and Walnut. If you noticed, Walnut Street, the poles are down there. They'll be migrating to Chestnut Street next week. You'll see, the power go off to those lights and the stoplights. Temporary stop signs go in. So it will be a four-way stop for a while until this is done, completed. But we're getting out there. We've sent something out to the Tribune so everybody knows in advance. I'm not sure it's been printed yet though.
I saw
believe Jane has put stuff out as well.
What intersection you say?
Second and Chestnut and Second and Walnut.
Okay.
And they're just working towards improving that intersection. We're looking at Second and Community, to maybe have some closures in the next few months, next couple months, to put that culvert pipe in, or culvert, that structure in. Then we're also meeting with school reps this week to let them, that way everybody's in the now and know what's
I was
going on.
gonna say, you got
So-
the regional coming up and.
Yes, sir, yeah.
The traffic there, so I'm sure that's been accounted for.
Which brings me to the, we plan on crack sealing Community Drive during spring break. So they'll have games this weekend, then Monday we'll be out there. We've already got the traffic plan in place and everything, so.
Good planning.
We're also, right now, just so you know, we're also cleaning up, a part of South Park Drive. You'll notice some trees coming down there, but with the blessing from L&I Railroad, we're over there trying to make an impact and a difference there as well. So if you get a chance, swing by and look, but we're trying to get everything we can done this week. That way I can concentrate on crack sealing next week. So right now it's cleaning up. We'll fall more trees once we have more time. But, and I've spoke with the designer, engineer on 4th and O'Brien. We have shop drawings coming back to us today. From there, it will go to the O'Mara, the supplier, and then once it goes to them, I'll have a better timeline.
Okay.
Is that rail or whatever?
Yes, sir.
Finishing up?
Yeah. And we did a walkthrough, we did a preliminary field check for phase 1 of O'Brien, was it last week, I believe? Everything went pretty well there as well, so.
So a lot of real estate transfers in the paper of purchasing.
A lot of right-of-way work in that one.
There's been a lot, yes, sir.
90-something properties, if I remember right.
By the end, it'll probably be close to 100, yeah.
So, yep. Lots of detail on that one. So any questions for Chad, who's subbing in for Bernie?
Speaking of Bernie, I just noticed the caution sign on the phone.
Nice, I like that. Thank you, guys.
That's probably why he's not here, he's too
Did
embarrassed.
you do that?
I didn't, but,
I see a guy
I
did.
here to see it.
It's a good move.
Okay, Darren Bose.
First item of business, I have a curb cut for Juan Sanchez, 516 Homestead Avenue. He's replacing his driveway. Gentleman with the initials of JG has signed off on this. So evidently he is okay with it, so if I could have the board's approval, I would appreciate it.
If JG approves, so do I. I make that motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify with aye.
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 Aye, motion
JG.
carries.
Then I have 4 sewer adjustments. First one being Tina Helton at 726 West McDonald Street. Busted water pipe under the house, looking for adjustment of $605.80. Pipe has been repaired and water usage has returned to normal. Next one is Drew Hunt, 205 Meadowbrook Drive. He was one that was going back and forth with the water company, and they finally gave him a credit, actually 2 credits. And all we are doing is matching the volume credits that Indiana American Water gave him. So the total adjustment is $1,163.88, and had to do with a bad meter. Third one is Amber Bratcher of 1307 State Street. House was vacant and the water the shutoff for the washer was bad and it ran underneath the house. Looking for a credit of $477.63. And this one came in late. This is Vic Verling at 337 East Street. It's a rental, and they had a large leak under the house that ran for 1 month. It has since been repaired, and water usage is returned to normal. Looking for a credit of $489.56. All of them meet our criteria, so I would ask that you approve these sewer adjustments.
With that being the case, I'll make a motion to accept those 4 sewer bill requests.
Second. Motion and a second. All those in favor signify with aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Anything else, Mr. Bose?
Can we go ahead and talk about Redbud Meadows now?
Yeah, that's fine. We're going to miscellaneous anyway. So miscellaneous, Mr. Bose.
Okay. Redbud Meadows, Bushman Estates out there, kind of catty corner from Trinity Lutheran. I got a call or an email from Aaron Christensen wanting to know why they paid property taxes and stormwater taxes out there, and yet they don't get city street service. And, you know, they supposedly own their own storm sewers. So I did some digging, went back to 2016, and found 5 instances where it was talked about at the Board of Works. And part of that deal, and I remembered, you know, parts of it from council, the city did not take possession of the streets because the streets were not built to code. They are only 30 foot wide, code is 33 foot wide. They also did not take ownership of the storm sewers because they retain water, they never drain properly. The elevation on them is, you know, lower than where they are supposed to drain, so they continually hold water. That was part of the agreement for the city to accept them and take over the sewer system out there.
I remember that.
So, and I don't blame Barb for this, but when those houses started to come online because they were in city limits, she started charging them for stormwater. So I went back and pulled GIS on all the houses that are out there, and I show there's 27 houses out there currently. First one coming online in March of 2020. And I went back through and looked at what they were billed on stormwater, taking into account when the rate went up last year. So I came up with a total dollar value of $2,667 that needs to be refunded to those 27 homeowners out there. And I would ask for board approval to do that, and just want to make sure that, and I know that WPC is on record, but that we do not own the streets or the storm sewers out there. They are the responsibility of the homeowners. I'm going to do a little more investigating because part of the agreement was they were supposed to have this homeowners association out there to take care of this stuff. And based on my conversation so far, I don't know that that's happened.
I don't think it has yet. They're in the process, but I don't think it's.
But in 2017, they were directed by Rodney Farrow, Nathan Fry, and Craig Ludeman that needed to happen.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're probably sitting there with a zero bank account for streets and storm sewers they need to maintain. And they have nothing. So, but I would ask again that the board allow me to issue the refund to these 27 homeowners totaling $2,667 out of the stormwater fund.
And that's a total,
That's total,
all
all
of them together,
27.
not individually.
I think it's only right that we do that.
I think it's fair.
Yeah, it's an oversight, I get that, but I appreciate you digging in there and finding all that out.
But there's still, we do trash, police and fire,
Yeah,
and they still have the trash.
and we do sewer. They
We
still
did sanitary sewer,
sanitary
as well.
sewer.
It's not storm sewer. So,
I'll make a motion to allow Darren to reimburse those 27 individuals.
Second it.
motion and a second, for the refund. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
That is all I have.
Okay. Looks like under miscellaneous, we've got some trucks to talk about. So up first, I've got Kona Ice. What are you doing?
Well, let's talk about my truck.
No, sit down.
Okay. Let's don't talk about my truck.
Knew if I worded that right, I'd get him. First up, we've got Kona Ice, who has their 4 trucks, which are, Kona Ice Kiosk, Kona Ice Mini, Kona Ice of Brown County, and Travelin' Tom's Coffee. They're not all due right this second, but they did go ahead and just bring them in at once. That way it's done and approved.
They've already paid too. for all
And
4.
they've paid, honestly, I think Mel's comment, or is she in here? I think Mel's comment was they come in with maybe one of the best packets she'd ever seen, because they had everything together, when they walked in. Pictures of the truck, driver's license copies, all the bells and whistles to make sure they had it all in order. So again, this would be all 4 of their trucks. We can do them individually, we can do them at once, you guys tell me.
It's not you say they're not all due, there's not a problem to renew them prior to the due date, is that correct? I mean,
Yeah, 2 of them are due now, one of them is due in July, and one of them is due in August.
Is it gonna change their next year due date though?
No, I think Mel's just gonna
Okay.
renew them through the
Okay.
due date
Do that
for,
date, okay.
of 26 then, so.
as long as there's not a conflict, I mean, that sounds fine. I'm like you, I thought maybe that would change their due date for next year and it would just be, but, with that being the case, I'll make a motion to allow, the renewal for Kona Ice,
I'll
all
second.
4.
Motion and a second for all 4 of the Kona Ice related trucks. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next up, planning and zoning would like to buy a vehicle.
Are you sure?
Come on up, tell us about it.
We'll make sure.
I'm picking on you today.
Jeremy Gray, AKA JG, if you didn't know that, Dave. Building Commissioner for City of Seymour. In our budget, this is in our capital plan to replace vehicles every 5 years, so we're due for another vehicle, and you have the 3 quotes in front of you from Hubler Chevrolet, Bob Pointer, and Country Chevrolet. And I would like to go with the Country Chevrolet. I know it's a little higher, but they've got a couple upgrades with spray-in bed liner and the trailer package. And it is on the lot. These other 2, they'd have to order in. And we just purchased 2 in the past few months. Fire department got one from, Country Chevrolet as well. So I know it's a little higher, but it's got some upgrades to it too. So it's not really any higher than the other 2 if you take off the upgrades.
Is the Colorado working out all right, Eric Walker?
So that's why we would like to go with that one. Just need your approval to move ahead. It is in the budget, so.
I'd make a motion that we go ahead and allow Jeremy to purchase from Country Chevrolet. On the lot, he can get it soon.
Second.
Money's there.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
I
Motion
forgot to
carries.
say, I talked to Darren about this too and followed his orders to the letter T, so. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, JJ.
JG.
Janet Gray.
Any other miscellaneous from the board?
We'll hide there for credit.
Miscellaneous from the audience. Bernie Dixon filled in for you, so.
I think of it. Just so everybody be aware that 70 degrees, the contractors are crazy out there.
yeah, man.
Things are closed. Watch out.
Very
What are they
true.
doing on Poplar between 2nd and 3rd? And why the hell could they not put up like street is closed before you hit the railroad tracks over here coming off of Tipton?
It's the storm sewer for Second
You
Street.
can still drive through the library parking lot.
I know, yeah, I know.
Alley behind the west as well.
But they've already started on the signals there at Chestnut and Walnut and Second Street.
Yeah.
It's gonna be busy.
It's gonna be a mess for a few months here, so. Okay, miscellaneous from the audience. Hey, let's swear Mr. Matthew Russell in.
All right.
Come on up.
Watch yourself.
Who would like to hold this for you? And where's all the people that are taking pictures? That way we know where to stand. That make this the best.
She's where you want, no.
Yeah, you need this. You're gonna place your left hand on there, you're gonna raise your right hand, you're gonna repeat after me. If you club, don't worry, they'll laugh at you for the next 20 years. Okay, I got you laughing, that's a good start. I, Matthew Russell,
I, Matthew Russell,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and all laws,
and all laws,
ordinances, and resolutions
ordinances, and resolutions
of the City of Seymour, Indiana,
of the City of Seymour, Indiana,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as a member
as a member
of the Fire Department
of the Fire Department
of the City of Seymour,
of the City of Seymour,
County of Jackson,
County of Jackson,
State of Indiana,
State of Indiana,
to the best of my skill
to the best of my skill
and ability.
and ability.
Welcome aboard, sir.
Thank you.
I love the fact that the support network is often just as nervous as you are.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, there's some stuff to be signed, so don't disappear. Plenty of places for pictures. We will get out of your way. That way you can, if you want someone in the picture, speak up. If you want all those ugly mugs behind you, that's understandable too. You want this?
Yes, thank you.
And on that, if there's no objections, I'll entertain motions to adjourn.
Moved. Second.
Meeting adjourned.
Thanks, everybody, take care.
See you, Chris. Be safe.
Bye, Chris.